numbers with the church folks. Where are you all at? Problem was, me, I learned the Bible too young. My dad was a pastor. I learned the Bible too young. I wasn't mature enough to handle it. Started using it against my parents. My mom would be like, you think Jesus would hit his brother at the dinner table? You think Jesus would hit his brother? Like, probably not, but I don't think Mary would have locked Jesus in the car to go get a pedicure. Always, my last name is pronounced Chris. Telemarketers when we were kids would always call the house and be like, is Mr. Christ there? I'd be like, oh, give me that phone. This is my time to shine. I'd be like, hello? They're like, is Mr. Christ there? I'd be like, no, he's gone. They'd be like, where's he at? I was like, I don't know, he left like 2,000 years ago. They're like, what do you mean, when's he gonna be back? I was like, I don't know, he told us to be ready at any time. But he is. I grew up here in the South. I just moved out to Los Angeles. I don't have a church yet to go to. I haven't found a church. So I've been giving my tithe money to this Christian organization that feeds the hungry, Chick-fil-A. That is where amen, right? That's where I got saved, at Chick-fil-A, for real. I took one bite of that sandwich and just started crying. I looked at that cashier, I was like, can you pray for me? She was like, my pleasure. 2 weeks later, I was baptized in sweet tea. I like to do a little quiz just to figure out what kind of Christians we got in here. It's very simple. I'm gonna say a Bible verse for you. I'm gonna say a Bible verse. If you recognize it, you just finish it. It's real simple. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten. Okay, good. This is the whole team, all right. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Thank you. Okay, last week somebody said money. I was like, what do you go to Joel Osteen's church? Relax, everybody, relax. It's fine. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Easy, everybody. I do. I like it. Did you ever notice? Because Christians, we're funny. We have our own language in church. You know, we speak our own language. People, if you didn't grow up in church, you're probably freaked out by tonight. You know what I'm saying? You just walk in the back like, we're gonna wash you in the blood. Or like, I'm calling the cops. My youth pastor, I love the youth kids here. That's the best. I grew up in youth group too. My pastor. My youth pastor was crazy, dude. My youth pastor was straight in. Remember the youth camp you go to? Write your sins down and throw them in the fire. Are you on drugs? Do Flintstone vitamins count? I don't know. My youth pastor had one rule. For all the boys in the youth group, one rule. If you don't have a job, you can't have a girlfriend. That was the rule, right? No job, no girlfriend. Until one day I raised my hand and go, what if I got 2 jobs? It's like, I don't know, maybe you're Mormon. I don't know. Okay, Anyway, it's funny because growing up in church, we have our own language. And this is crazy. You ever realize when someone says, God has a plan for your life, it's always the worst thing. You know what I'm saying? We're like, hey, I just got engaged. Awesome. I just got broken up with. Hey, God has a plan. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I just got a new job, I got promoted, great, I just got fired. Hey, God has a plan. I just graduated, I'm going to Florida, I didn't get accepted, I gotta go to Florida State. Hey, God has a plan. I'll play some music for you. I'm going to play some Christian music. It's real simple. I'm going to figure out what kind of crowd we got here tonight. I'm going to play some songs. If you recognize the song, all you got to sing is the next part of it. I'm going to play the first part. If you know it, you sing the second part. It's very simple. Just to figure out what kind of crowd we got here tonight. We'll start easy. Track 1. You're a good. Okay, enough, please. Enough. All right. No more. Look at the white girl's already crying. Does anybody know track 2? What a bunch of freaks, man. What is that song? I'm sorry. Why are we teaching kids that song? Like, no wonder new people don't want to come to church. You got kids on the playground walking like that. It's like a bunch of Trump supporters up there. Easy, there's the line. Okay, Tim, I got it. Thank you. What about, this one's already in the queue. No one's probably going to know this one. We'll give it a shot, though. Track 3.
We are farmers.
What a bunch of hillbillies, man. It was, the Christian music, I'm telling you, that music you heard as a kid is stuck in your brain forever. You can never get it out of your head. That's why it's not good, because when I was in 6th grade, I did a choreographed dance. My dad was a pastor, so I was in charge of offering entertainment. You know, offering entertainment, they pass the bucket, somebody comes up and does a performance. You ever done that at your church? 6th grade, I did a choreographed dance, my favorite Christian song of all time. But people are like, oh, just learn some hand motions? No, this was a serious dance, okay? I had to stretch before my performance, you know what I'm saying? I had white gloves, face paint, I came out on fire. But the problem was, I must have heard that song 1,000 times. So just like that, just proving to you that Christian music, when you hear it now, it comes back, it just makes you want to, you know. You guys have Hobby Lobby here? You know Hobby Lobby? Yeah. Okay, you know how they play Christian music in there? The other day, it was just like a busy Saturday afternoon. I was just in Hobby Lobby, just doing some shopping, and here it is. Just like me, you know what I'm saying? You borrow a parent's car, drive all over town listening to rap and hip-hop, you pull back into the garage, just flip it back to K-Love. That is being a Christian. You can love Jesus, but you can also be a human, you know what I'm saying? You love Jesus, but also, we're all human beings. And you ever had like an unchristian thought just sneak in? You don't even know where it comes from, just an unchristian, it just sneak. Like, you ever been driving to work, being a responsible, mature adult, you see that cyclist, you're like, I wonder if I do cycling. Like, not kill him, just scare him a little. You know? Share the road, share the ditch. What is it? I don't like the cyclists, I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all are the cyclists, I just don't like their attitude. We let them on the road a couple years ago, now they're just taking over. We're going green, we're saving the environment. I'm like, no, you got 2 DUIs, okay? It's 120 degrees at noon in Tampa. If you're on a bike, you're an alcoholic, all right? I don't know where these thoughts come from. They just sneak in. I don't know where they come from. You ever said the wrong thing at church? You ever said the wrong thing at church? We have meet and greet time at our church. I shook this lady's hand next to me. She goes, oh, your hands are warm. I was like, yeah, they've been in my pants. I gotta find a new church. I don't know where they thought, you ever had like an image, I don't know where the thought, you ever had somebody ask you to pray for something so stupid, you're just like, I ain't praying for that. You're just like, I ain't even gonna write this down. Somebody asked me to pray for them the other day, thinking, can you pray for our son? I was like, what, is he sick? He's in the hospital, what's going on? They go, no, tomorrow, he's in the finals of a karate tournament. I was like, how am I supposed to pray for that? Jesus, just be with the orphans and missionaries. Also, you know, Dylan. When he steps out onto that mat, would you just direct his feet to kick that child in the face? I ain't praying for that. Like, I ain't praying for your sick cat, you know what I'm saying? Dog, maybe, not a cat, okay? Gotta draw the line. Somewhere. This is like my aunt she lived down here in Florida, and they had the hurricanes, you know what I'm saying? They said, she texted the other day, she goes, this was a couple months ago, she goes, we had to evacuate for the hurricane, but our neighbor has a $5 million house on the beach, and they're very concerned. Can you pray? No. I was like, I hope this house gets destroyed. What do you mean $5 million house on the beach? Jesus, just, you know the Johnsons? Yeah, you know all that treasure in heaven stuff? Yeah, they didn't really follow that, but, build your house on the rock? No, they put it on the sand. We just ask when those flood waters come to shore, you just direct the waters around their big nice house to other smaller poor people's houses. I ain't praying for that, you know? One time I called my church, asked me to pray for them, said they were trying to get pregnant. I was like, how do you pray for that? I'm not doing this bit. Anyway, you get it. I was homeschooled. Anybody homeschooled in here? Homeschooled? Yeah. Listen, I never understood why people made fun of homeschool. I don't make fun of it. To me, it was the goodest thing that ever happened to me. I don't make fun of it. But church is weird. I grew up in church. My dad was a pastor. I've been in church my whole life, and I just think some things about church need to be spiced up. You know what I'm saying? Like baby dedication, boring. You ever been to a baby dedication? Be quiet. Be quiet. We're dedicating the babies. They're asleep. Bring the lights down. It's quiet. I mean, make it an event. You know what I'm saying? What if that was like a bring your friends event? And baby pastor would be like, we're doing this different this week. We're doing it different. Give me this baby. You want the baby? Yeah, just let me get. Pastor picks up the baby, walks up to the center of the stage like, come in the back with a piece of fruit and crack it over the kids. Abigail some dirt, throw it in the kid's face, the kid sneezes. Homeschoolers are back like, what is this from a movie? Yeah, Lion King, you weren't allowed to watch that growing up. He's like, this kid's gonna walk in wisdom and stature all the ways of his life. That's our problem-free philosophy here at this church. Somebody's in the back like, it's too loud, I can't hear, my ears hurt. Like, I ain't praying for that, you know what I'm saying? Old guy comes in the back, giving the kid a kiss, like, who's that? Like, that's Howie. Okay, he loves us, gives the kid a sloppy wet kiss, then he finally brings the kid up, holds the kid up, like, all this land is one day soon gonna be yours. Like, what's that shadowy place over there? Oh, that's Gainesville. You must never go there.